Now we've got Fair and Balanced Ken Blackwell, a former advisor to the Trump transition team. Ken, you heard that Congressman. He's a good man. He's trying to get through this and soften some of the hard lines his colleagues have about not even showing up at an event. But again, as you heard in his final remark and the Russian hacking, ill will takes a while to die down.
Well, look, Neil, leadership is hard. And what I heard him say was that as opposed to providing a civil leadership, many of these folks are giving in to the voices of the mob. And, at a time when outside of the walls of Congress, we have rent-a-riot going on in our cities. We have paid anarchists who are disrupting civil life in our country, abandoning the whole notion of loyal opposition but civility in how we govern. I think that those folks should exercise some leadership.
The fact that it is so rabid, so real, so incredibly heart and everything else felt that I can remember plenty impasses and tension even with George Bush at the height of the Iraq War, or Barack Obama when he was pushing through the health care stuff. But nothing like this. And I'm wondering, is this just a preview to coming attractions? I mean, they've ratcheted this up to a level now that it's like crazy.
I hope not, Neil. Look, big government is effective, and what we're now seeing are the withdrawal symptoms manifesting themselves in irrational behavior from folks on the left. There are folks who have, elite, who have in fact maintained control by having government manage the economy as opposed to free markets, free men and free women making decisions within the marketplace. And so
how do you think the
their
president
reaction
handles it, Ken? I mean, what's the best way to handle it? Obviously, he's going about his business, signing executive orders, some of which tick off a lot of folks, but then Republicans were ticked off by a lot of Barack Obama's executive orders. But he is still going through what has been a frenetic pace, with or without Democrats, with or without the folks who we're told he has to work with. But he's saying, I'm trying, I guess, and it's not working out. So what is the strategy of the Trump White House through this?
Well, you keep it focused on what people sent you to do. People sent him there to disrupt the status quo. People sent him there to get our economy growing again, producing jobs again,
he's facing
establishing
disruptors
borders
of his
again.
Trying to disrupt the status quo.
Well, and as a consequence, what he has to do is to say, look, we're going to do what people sent us to do, but we're going to do it in a way that is civil, that actually showcases American civility. But we're going to get our economy growing again. We're going to put Americans back to work again. We're going to establish our borders. But I tell you, Neil, when it comes to these paid disruptors, these anarchists, I have faith that our safety officials have gone through all sort of scenario planning, and we, in fact, just as they will on Sunday, have a peaceful Super Bowl because people are prepared. He'll have a peaceful State of the Union. But the members of Congress have to understand that many people in our society take their cues from their leaders. And if their leaders are disrespectful, if their leaders are petty, in fact, that opens the door. It provides an invitation for more people to be petty and angry and disruptive.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying
in a criminal way.
No, I guess what you're saying is the Super Bowl and Lady Gaga are our last hope, pretty much.
No, and let me just tell you, this is what we have to interject some good old-fashioned humor. And my wife, when I told her that, when I told my wife I was going on your show today, she said, "Oh, let me call the folks and let them know that the Big Hair Boys are going to be on for 3 minutes together." So.
Very wise woman. Very wise woman. All right. Thank you, my friend. Ken Blackwell.
All right. Good to be with you.